If you did not know, then Dungeons and Dragons, an absolutely beloved franchise by millions upon millions of people who have played the game and loved everything about it for countless years, decades, honestly, even at this point, has, well, slowly been turning to shit. And it's exactly why you think. It's the typical suspects and a lot of tourists. A lot of tourists who are just, oh, look, this is the big new thing now. I don't actually care about it, but I'm gonna go into the community and then demand things that no one else but me wants. And this is how bad things happen. And it's happening with Dungeons and Dragons. And it has been happening in the past couple of years. And it's only been picking up speed, sadly.
I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago when Marvel Comics said that they're turning into a lifestyle brand and they started doing these like
Oh, I remember that. Everything needs to be a lifestyle brand. Everything needs to be something that a normie can go up to a store and recognize and be like, "Oh, Captain Zimbabwe, I love him. I'm gonna buy a figurine," and then demand something stupid.
like cooking shows and things like that on their YouTube channel. It was so cringy. And now we're seeing D&D's doing much the same. And this is what happens when woke weirdos take over an organization. They turn it from what you love and they make it into just stupidity all the way around. And part of the campaign here of the wokeism is to make orcs into normal persons, right? And so here's what we got going.
Yeah, because orcs are an allegory, a very on, a very venerable allegory, in fact, for black people and stuff like that. These absolute weirdos and complete cretins who don't understand reality think. Okay, we have gone through this with so many things. World of Warcraft, Tolkien, now Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, there's no such thing as evil, barbaric, or there's no such thing as an unequivalent or lesser culture or anything like that. Now, orcs eating mud and whatnot. That's as great as a skyscraper. No, you don't understand. You see, because you're a bigot, and this is how they get you. They demand these stupid changes. No one likes it. A couple of tourists are gonna say, "Yas, Slay Queen," and off we go to the shadow fucking realm.
Today. This is hilarious. Following up from last week where we revealed the craziness going on with the Dungeon Master's Guide and the safe spaces that they're creating in this new edition. You can't make this kind of stuff up. And so let's laugh at these people together because that's all we can do, my friends. Please smash that like and subscribe button as we talk about all things gaming on here on the channel. I really appreciate you guys for being there as we've been growing by leaps and bounds over the last few months. And it's all because we tell the truth that a lot of people won't in board gaming and science fiction and fantasy and more.
Everything.
I write my own fantasy.
Say what needs to be said. Do not hold back. These people are gonna villainize you no matter what. If you stand with them, they're gonna demand your head anyway at some point. If you stand against them, at least you have allies. You are not alone. But if you choose to be silent, if you choose to do nothing about everything as it crumbles around you, you have chosen your side, and that is not the good side.
So, yeah, here's the news story of the day. Like I said, last week we talked about the safe spaces in D&D, and I guess the new Dungeon Master's Guide has a X that you make with your arms. It's like a safe word, Dungeon Master. Which is weird because, and this is the problem. I mean, they've taken the word dungeon and master, and of course, all these weird people who are woke turn everything into their weird sex fetishes, right? They can't leave it alone. Now,
oh yeah, this is so true. By the way, if you ever go to Twitter and for some reason it just shows you what the Rings of Power actual unironic, like seriously, people who like that show, it's just a giant fetish for them. All they care about is shipping, turning someone gay and whatnot. They don't care about anything else. This is just literally some kind of disgusting fetish for these people on such a massive scale. It's insane.
when you talk about Dungeons and Dragons, Dungeon Crawler is a board game design and tabletop RPG design, and you're going into like a layer of a mysterious wizard and fighting some orcs and kobolds and things, and then you fight the wizard at the.
Oh, no, it's no longer about that. It's now about fucking the kobolds and then seeing does the wizard have a sex dungeon. That's what it's about. And that's disgusting.
The boss at the end, and you pretend to be an adventurer fighting. But when these people hear master and dungeon, they think of weird BDSM fetish stuff. And so that's what they're inserting into the game, because that's who's designing these games at this point. They're not gamers anymore. They're weird freaks who have spent too much time terminally online looking at pornography, and of course you know exactly what's transpired because of that. So not only that, but the woke weirdos that are also there, as they strive to be more inclusive, want to make the game not the game anymore. When
That inclusivity has become such a just blatant shield for just demanding that everyone else be silenced, so their absolutely blatantly mental institution opinions can thrive. It's not even funny.
When you invite women into these things, women don't want to have just a standard dungeon crawl adventure. Women want to have like dress up time and tea parties and things like that, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. Women are allowed to do whatever women want to do. But the problem with women these days is they're forcing all of men's things and boys' things to be just co-opted into women's things also, in addition to their things.
It's not even honestly women, this I disagree with. It's not even honestly women. It's just the absolutely dickless weak men out there that have absolutely no chance at ever being even visible to the gaze of a woman. And so they are thinking, wait, if I do this, if I go super giga ultra simp, maybe I have a shot. And that's what they're doing. Call them out. Call them out and get them out.
They can't just be satisfied with their Barbie and their My Little Pony and the like. They have to come in here and say that Star Wars is theirs now. The Force is female. Dungeons and Dragons is theirs now.
Well, yeah, but that's mostly people like Kathleen Kennedy who literally just care about Star Wars because they want to self-insert their harder than, well, I don't even have a comparison for this, honestly.
And they're just invading the space, making it so there's nothing for boys to do, that they can't get away from this crap anymore. And boys don't want to play this stuff, and that's exactly why they are forcing it as a content upon everything else. And so this is what Grums is talking about today. What's happening to Dungeons & Dragons? Why is it all coffee making, bread baking, and now whatever it is? I think I answered your question, bro. It is all about trying to force Dungeons & Dragons to be a female-centric space, just like everything else. Bring back fights, heroic values, and adventure. And yes, that's what we're doing in fiction here. That's what we're doing across the everything as we take things back. Because honestly, guys, you don't need these games. You don't. It's just a brand at this point. It doesn't mean anything. New Dungeons & Dragons is nothing compared to old AD&D. And there's other great systems out there. I always talk about Axe, ACKS, as a wonderful system. And if you don't know that one, you should go seek it out because it's great. So that's our recommendation as we get through this. Now, Nerd Cognito talked about this, saying, we already know the module sucks and players who don't really play the game are the target audience. And that's the thing. That's what these people do. They want a different audience than is their audience. They always think the grass is greener on the other side. Comic books, they don't want it their normal comic book audience, so they try to make these weird Dazzler issues out of X-Men now, where it's all like this allegory for homosexuality with these girls dancing through the entire thing, and nobody wants to read that crap. And so guess what?
Dude, there has been so much of that, by the way, over the years, over the last couple of years. And all of it has lost money. All of it has had zero fan base. All of it has been a failure. And all of it has been made fun of as a failure. All of it has been predicted to be a failure before it even releases. And yet, these brands, these companies, for some reason, literally don't care. And I understand that Amazon, for example, doesn't care because all of their Amazon shows and whatnot is literally just virtue signaling because they have saved enough money for it. And they don't even care about making money with any of this crap. It's just a virtue project for them at this point. But other brands can't do that, and yet they're doing the exact same thing and completely destroying themselves. How can you be this stupid? How can you be this dense? I even don't understand this. Like, who? How are these people running the show?
The girls don't want to read it because they think comic books are a boys' thing, and it is. And the boys don't read it because they're not interested in that kind of thing. So your modern audience there is always zero. We've seen this in video games, especially with Conquered and Dustborn, when you're trying to appeal to these crazy.
Now, to be fair, nowadays we know what the modern audience looks like, and at best, maybe it's like 20k people. At best, it's maybe 20k active participants, which is nothing compared to the original fan bases. Nothing.
Demographics, they don't come in and buy stuff, and moreover, they don't have any disposable income to do so. So you try to get a girl into baking or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Antidepressants are expensive, probably. Okay, gender transition surgeries are also probably expensive.
If you throw a giant orc on it, you think she's interested in that? No, nobody's interested in this. This is the thing. And here it is. Let's talk about what the F this thing is that's baking a human pie. It's a human pie. Make orcs evil again. Yeah, I mean, this stems right out of Rings of Power with like the refugee orcs that they were having out there that just wanted.
Glug the Unbroken. Glug the hero. Dude, those memes are so fucking good. Are you Sauron? How did you know, Glug? Because you fucking broke down like an emo bitch and started crying in the first 5 seconds that I saw you, baby. And he's like, yeah, that's a classic Sauron move right there. Oh my god, it's so sad. The orc babies. Think of the orc families. They just want to rape and pillage as they please. But the evil humans are just trying to stop them even though they're killing indiscriminately. You know what's the biggest irony of all of this crap trying to make like Tolkien's orcs good and all of these evil races non-evil for some stupid reason? It's the fact that they even fail at it. Again, Rings of Power is a great example. What do the orcs do? Well, they exist. No one's really trying to do anything bad to them because they don't even know that they exist. And then the orcs just suddenly start going out and slaughtering people, even though that's not exactly the intent of the authors. And then the authors try to pull a fast one on people and be like, but you see, the orcs just want to live peacefully and, do whatever the hell modern day orcs do. But now the people are trying to kill them. Well, yeah, but the orcs just attacked and enslaved and did horrible things to people for no reason. Why wouldn't the people not do anything? And the orcs are continuing. The only thing the orcs need to do now to not be in this situation is just stop killing. But they won't. Okay? They can't even get actually this correctly. They're trying so desperately, but they're so clueless and stupid that they can't even do that properly. It's hilariously sad.
To raise their families. I mean, this stuff is a meme because it's stupid and ridiculous. We all know that orcs are evil and that orcs are the bad guys, and that's something that has always been the case. And this is Dungeons & Dragons announces Mythical Meats. A food-themed whimsical quest. How ridiculous.
Whimsical, eh?
And this is really funny, and I guess somebody else did this over a year ago. Here's the comments here. Just when you thought it possibly couldn't get more lame. It's amazing how much Wizards of the Coast shitty game lives inside all of y'all's head rent-free, is what they say. But no, Gary, like they're trying to force this on us, and we are the gamers. This is an incorrect take. I cannot imagine how.
Yeah, I don't understand these stakes. Oh, the company that you like products of is starting to make shit and make fun of you and hate you as a consumer? Why you mad, bro? Why you mad? It's just a game. Yeah, just abandon things that you like. It's not a big deal, bro. Yeah. Shit. What a stupid take. And there's so many of them.
A 13-year-old boy would find any excitement in this. If they just re-release this book, the Wizards of the Coast target demographic would have no problem understanding magic, but would have a 12-hour session 0 to puzzle over men. This is rules for fantastic medieval war games, campaigns playable with paper and pencil, and miniatures figurines by Gygax, of course. This is the Orc in My Work of Progress new book. As you can see, this is an evil-looking orc. Ruin women and shit. I have an equally valid suggestion: make D&D again and stop with the tabletop DDO ripoff. Amen to that. And of course, everybody is mostly opposed to this sort of thing because it's so
Obviously.
stupid. It is the dumbest idea you could possibly come up with, and that's what they're doing with everything. I mean, everything's going to be. They had a one that was a LGBTQ themed adventure. They were, of course, putting out last year, which
Gender dysmorphia or whatever it's called, elves. Okay,
was
I
like
can't wait.
a high school dance for D&D creatures. It was so weird. It's like, again, who wants to play this kind of thing? Who thought this is a great idea to do
I'll tell you who. There's probably like at least 2 people mentally ill enough to actually want this, but that's probably not exactly a good number.
with the brand? But these are insane people, and they don't care about the brand. If you watch my last video earlier today on board gaming, there was a board game store canceling a board game because from a convention, saying they didn't want to go to the convention because somebody else was sponsoring that convention, a different board game designer, who, quote, didn't align with our values. And this was a board game store saying this. And I'm like, shouldn't your values be like playing board games and selling
Yeah, playing board games and selling stuff. What a simple value. That's completely not good in the modern day. Haha.
board games? Like, what are you trying to do, trying to stop a board game from like getting some advertising attention? It's insane. But these people are not about their products. They're not about you. They're not about the gamers.
In fact, they probably hate you. They probably despise you with all of their goddamn being. Anyway, that was John de Aroz. 10 out of 10. Have a nice day. Bye.